Hello, everybody. How we doing today? I know the answer is bad, but I have to ask out of, uh, tradition. Hello, Paladin. Can't sleep? Fair enough. My tire blew on the way home. I had to change it in the 14-degree weather. Ugh, sorry to hear that, Violet Gummy Cow. Jay Frantifa, hello. Good day. Hello, Floof the Floofy. Hello, Xenogenesis. Hello, Sunbear42. Hello, Gwennifer Roxanne. Hello, John Bogardus. Hello, Simric. Hello, Alien Joe. Hello, Sophie Bliss. Also, Sophie Bliss, I just saw 11 hours ago. Thank you so much for the incredibly generous $224.78 Canadian dono. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, Alan Eris Dresner. Hello, Rhodey. Hello, Fulmar Music. Hello, Temporal Wizard. Hello, Little Morphine Annie. Hello, Shark Nation. Hello, Snuggle Kitten. Hello, Jazz Dog. Hello, Lady Raincloud. Hello, Micah, Mr. Malachite, Idiosyncrasy, Feistiest Bard, Danger Days. Hello, one and all. Hello, Josh. There's Win B and then there's Josh. Hello, Little Morphine Annie. Howdy, folks. We're going to be playing a video game today, and I don't know which video game we're going to play, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a few options, all right? Yeah, boo me all you want. Well, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck. That's part of my problem. I give too many fucks. But I'm busy, tomorrow. I'm going to my local DSA meeting. I'm also busy on Thursday going to my local DFL meeting. Gotta walk the walk with you guys. But we're gonna be talking about a lot. I kind of want time to process what these things mean, because basically what we're seeing is a flurry of executive action that needs to then be translated into actionable policy. And that transition is one that can, it means a lot, essentially. So I kind of want to see how these things metastasize by the end of the week before I, talk at length about each one. So that's kind of where I'm at there. And yeah, it's really bad. I started reading it and I felt really sad that I haven't gotten my passport yet. Just Sophie Bliss, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Good golly. Making it rain on chat today, Sophie Bliss. Hot diggity damn. So there's a limit. I'm a human being. There's a limit to how much I can fucking handle. And I am kind of at that limit. And I'm trying to be gentle with myself so that I can function, tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and actually put together, a comprehensive look at what's happening. I want to give you guys a lay of the land, essentially. I feel like I gave a pretty strong answer for, how we should be thinking about this in the last few streams. And so I think today I'm just going to chill a little bit, Fulmar Music, thank you for the gifted membership over on YouTube. I appreciate it. It's going to be a long 4 years. Well, the good news is, this is the worst of it. In my estimation, this is going to be the worst of what he is actually able to accomplish. And I think it's going to get a bit easier after this first week, hell, maybe after this first month. But this is also when he's at his most powerful. He's going to be effectively hobbled for, the first 90 days of his presidency. And then after that, there's about, there's like 3 months until the midterm election cycle kicks off. Like that's kind of how these work, right? And the reason I'm saying 9 months is because effectively he's going to have a lot of these seats from his appointments empty, and they need to be filled by special elections. So we have 90 days of basically he's not going to be able to get much done outside of maybe the most broadly popular Republican platform stuff, like tax cuts. Then there is going to be the time period between when that 90 days, which is when special elections should wrap up by, and there's a gap between that and when midterm elections start. And midterm elections basically go the entire year before the midterms. So we have a lot happening right now. Yeah, the first 100 days is the most critical, and he's going to be weakened for most of that, He's got the debuff. How you folks doing? Been better, banana brains. Also, in my quest for self-care, I do want everyone to know that, sometimes you need to blow off some steam, sexually. And, sometimes you and your partner blow off a little bit too much steam all at once.
Blowing off steam.
And
Never say that again.
I did in fact, in conjunction with my partner, break our fucking bed because we're too gay in it. So, we may live in bad times, guys, but they do not have control over you. You actually have the ability to, in the face of people telling you to stop being gay, you can actually get gayer, and I feel like that was on full display today in my home. And oh, yeah, the reason I am so late to stream today is because my partner, while I hovered worriedly in the next room, trying not to intrude because she's the handy one, I had to take apart the entire remnants of the bed so that we could throw it out. So, yeah, that's where I'm at today. Congrats. In the bad times, getting any kind of joy where you can, that's revolutionary right there. That's what you fight for. Yeah, the bed completely destroyed. My wife and I did that once in our 20s on a waterbed. Oh man, can you imagine how much worse that would have been if it was a waterbed?
Yeah, because then you're breaking the mattress, not the...
Yeah.
We broke the bed frame.
Now you can get the Nosferatu sarcophagus replica bed. That would be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Well, no, not for your bed, for my bed. Here. I don't think that's gonna fly. I will. The Nosferatu novelty sarcophagus bed would simply be a temporary thing. I'm not.
I feel like that just far over.
Johnny Canuck here.
Damn!
For the Reconstruction Fund.
Sophie Bliss making it absolutely fucking rain in YouTube chat, putting all other chats to shame. Thank you for the $50 Canadian. I very, very much appreciate it. Seems dark times making us stronger. Right? Don't I look fucking cute today, too? Look, okay? The bad times are making hard men and sexy women. They never tell you about that part, though. They're all, you know, all the fash are just fixated on men. Hard men. Giving Paladin Lost a run for his literal money. And, you know, I over here, I don't care for bad times or good times. I care for bed times. That's what I care about. Feel like I've made that very apparent today.
Like you. Oh.
I cared very much about what happened in it. Lesbian bed death. Honestly, I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? What is it?
It's when lesbians stop having.
Why would they do that? Why? But why would they do that?
I've never known it that had to happen. Actually, I think the straights can't conceive, like, because women don't want to have sex with their straight partners, right? Sex. So.
I don't think that's necessarily true all the time.
Okay, but then men are like, well, women don't like sex. So two women in a relationship.
I'm sorry. Did I hear something? I was distracted and heard my name.
So clearly lesbians don't have sex.
Jesus Christ, Paladin Lost. Thank you for the 25 tier 1 subs. God, I haven't even done anything today. Coming to defend the title. Yeah, that's never gonna happen, right?
No.
Okay, this seems like
this is a myth made up by the straight.
Yeah, it seems like a terrible like campfire story that lesbians tell to each other.
I think it's the thing straight people say about lesbians. Their women don't want to have sex with them. Sex. So they're like, if there's two women, then there's no one to pressure my wife into having sex with.
Lady, I said I haven't even done anything today. Lady Raincloud immediately commented, "Yes, you have." Yeah, you know, a few things. Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Hello, Amber Brains. Oh god.
Do you want to tank? Do you want to fight? Do you want a class that'll instill fright? Take up some plate and keep the goblins in sight, because you want to make sure they eat this paladin smite! Fuck you, gods. If you want me to play your game of ethics, you can kiss my shiny plate mail. Alright, fine. Wait a minute, what the hell is that noise?
Let's see here. Let's find... Okay. Just gotta pull all these up. And... Joe Cat is the bestest boy. It's true. I'm so glad Joe Cat came back to social media. It was really sad that he got harassed offline for liking women. He liked women too wrong. Too much and too well. Let's see. Let's see. God, I came up with a plan earlier and it is not executable, so I'm coming up with something else real quick. Okay. Will the next friendly administration overturn all this trash? No way to know. Joe Biden didn't turn over all the stuff that Trump did last time around. I guess that depends on our success agitating and building power in these next 4 years, huh? Okay. Folks, you have 4 options today. Are you guys ready to explore your options? Because you're about to do some democracy. Are you guys going to be informed voters? All right. So first up, number 1 option, all right, is a quirky indie RPG called Felvidek. Let's take a look at the trailer. That is not a very good look at the trailer. That is a void. Just, boop, there we go. That's a castle. I can confirm the soundtrack to this game is a banger. These weird things. What the hell's that? Look at that. Oh, there's it is not in Polish. It's just a guy in Poland, you know, in medieval times. It's very cool, very stylish. Then of course, we have option 2. The Forgotten City.
Salve, friend.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are? I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. Somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule.
Sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here.
Some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do.
Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown God doesn't.
But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us?
Are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
How is it that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
I'll tell
oh.
you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I know the feeling. I've lived through a
And
pandemic.
you know what I'm talking about.
What a great little thing to have in the trailer. Yeah, this game was a Skyrim quest mod. This started out as a Skyrim mod, and then they got way more ambitious. Next we have a little game called Still Wakes the Deep, which is, I think it's the new Chinese room joint. Let's check it out. Option 3.
You bring the police to my door? To my rig?
I can sort this, right? I just need time.
Don't you answer me back! You're fired. You hear me? Fired.
Jesus, Gregor! Gregor!
Oh, that's cool. Oh. All right, we don't need to see part 5 walkthrough. And now we have option 4. I think many of you may be familiar with this one. I feel like I've heard of Harvester. I don't know if I've played it. So, option 4, Undertale. All right. So we've got Felvidek as option 1. We've got The Forgotten City as option 2. We've got Still Lies the Deep as option 3. Option 4, Undertale. We're gonna put it to a vote. How come the Xbox trailer? Because each one of their trailers is different in a fun way. What game today? Velvedek or The Forgotten City or Still Lies or Undertale. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Hey, Zoomy dear. Man, a lot of you guys voted for option 2. Okay. I didn't know you guys all loved The Forgotten City that much. I thought it was a bit more obscure. But that's okay. 2s and 3s making the toughest decisions. That's just silly. There we go. Should we bully her? I am beyond bullying. Oh. Okay. I've never been directly communicated with directly by the game developer with a message to me. Dear content creators, as you'll discover, this game is full of intrigue and plot twists. Please give your audience a spoiler warning before sharing content from beyond the white hallway, so that interested players can fully enjoy the experience for themselves if they wish to. Sincerely, the Modern Storyteller team. I will endeavor to do so. Have you gone on your Red Rose date yet in DSA? No, that's tomorrow. I get to smooch my partner, and I get to make myself look nice, and I'm real excited. Who said you could be adorable today? God. Can we change stream title? What? Why do we need to change stream title? Is this a Rule 34 game? What? Please try not to break the furniture at the DSA meeting. Hey, that goes for you too. Okay, we need to do our best not to break any furniture at the DSA meeting. I know, but chat told me not to, so you know, you're a part of this. You're an accomplice at best. Are you implying that we couldn't break furniture that I hadn't assembled?
I'm implying
look, I think if we set our minds to it, we can break any piece of furniture. You know? Okay? Oh, to add a spoiler warning. Well, I don't know what the white hallway is, which is what's making me a little anxious about playing this game now, right? Is the white hallway just the very beginning of the game? We should have a furniture smashing party? Yeah. I feel like you may have to break furniture now just to prove you can. What? Not your bed. I don't want to smash all our furniture we have together. I don't, well, okay, we do have a few things I can smash. Yeah, the table, bar stools. Yeah. Yeah. Jack showing off her inner Wonder Woman. Is that a character trait of Wonder Woman? Does she break? Does she fuck on beds and break them? Oh, John Smith. No, we broke furniture, unfortunately. All right, let's dive in. A message from the developers. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Your support allows us to continue making games. This is a mystery adventure with multiple endings. Ooh, the fate of the city is in your hands. That you shouldn't have done that. That's the first part you goofed on.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change.
She's staring into my soul.
Wanna tell me who you are?
Select your body type. The 2 genders. All right. I like it. All right. The player, river. Boat.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
It's self-explanatory. My name is Riverboat. That's why I would be floating down a river. I started this game and it asked me what my name is, so I put in Riverboat. And then the very next question after character creation is just, why were you floating down that river? Yeah. I feel like maybe you can, it's called inferences here. Video game character. You've never thought of me as a boat? There are too many jokes to make after this and my brain is freezing up, so I'm gonna stop. I love you so much. Good day. Good day. What's the name of this game again? This is called The Forgotten City. Okay. Oh, I get stats. I can get the archaeologist trait. I have a wait, if I choose this one I get a gun? Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet and you're 25% faster when sprinting. Recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. I feel like either I have to go archaeologist or soldier, just because the prospect of having 10 bullets just seems kind of neat. I've always dug the premise of having like a hidden trump card that is finite, you know? I'm looking for, which of those should I pick? Should I pick soldier or archaeologist? What's the name of the game, chat? This is The Forgotten City, 4 frogs and a beanie. Archaeologist? Alright, let's go.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me.
What?
He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
I am the boat, lady. I don't know what's hard for you to understand about this. So this is like the Skyrim mod except with no shouts. Not quite. ACAP includes Stone Police. Thank you for being a member for the past 3 months. Okay, but she just pulled me out of this river, doesn't know diddly shit about me, and is asking me to now go run into a random set of ruins to find a guy I also don't know, because she promised to stay there. This doesn't seem like a good deal for me. Mind if I ask some questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry. I don't mean to be pushy, what do you want to know?
I don't want to be pushy, but, I am demanding your services here. Who is Al? You know what? Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
No. You're not even gonna tell me your name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
It's not, actually. It's not all the same to me. I'd really like to know, especially if I'm gonna be helping you.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Okay, I know that this character's a white lady and her name's Karen, and the devs are making a joke here, but also, like, I don't think actual people who are named Karen don't tell people their names. You know, I don't think that is a thing many Karens are actually, you know, worried about. Ooh, Ulersoth. Her name is Karen. Like Charon. of the river Styx. Oh, is that the river? No, she just said the river's the Tiber. What if Karen's a liar, though? You had a friend who changed her name from Karen to something else? Damn, alright. This lady being hella suspicious, though. All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Who is Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Yeah, Karen is the name of the ferryman, not the river. The river's name is Styx. What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
That's all the questions I had.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I'll pass. Bye.
Are you serious? I just saved your life, and you can't do this one little thing for me. What kind of an Ugh. Look, if you won't do it for me, do it for yourself. You want to know what you're doing here, right?
Oh, come on. I'm going in for the priceless artifacts, but I'll keep an eye out for them.
My hero. The entrance is
Ah,
just
fuck
past
you,
those
lady.
columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Oh, she's literally wearing like a death hood. A flashlight. See, she's got like the death hood. She's wearing black. Can I take the salmon? Can I take
The ruins
fish?
are just beyond those columns. Please,
Let me at it.
hurry.
Give me. Is this a pastry or is it a fish? I think it's a fish. Okay, don't get burned by fire. That's interesting. An old wooden rowboat. Karen must have used it to rescue me from the river.
The ruins are just beyond those columns. Please,
Yeah,
hurry.
yeah. I promise not to move from the spot. A rusted metal torch, which must have been lit by Al. I'm going the right way. Why sprint? I'm having a lovely time. Ooh, that's true. I don't know if it was actually fish. What if it's man meat? A backpack full of well-worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still, seems strange that Al left it behind. Wait. Examine the item. Any hidden messages? No.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out.
Alright, we doing some
If
journey
I'm
to
not
the
back
center
in
of the
an
earth.
hour,
I'm down for this.
I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Alworth.
Alright, now time to turn around and go back to that lady and tell her what happened to Al. Man-Meat could be a He-Man villain. It's true. You just would never be able to do Meat Man, because that would apply to all the men on the show. Barring robots. I'm sure there are robots in He-Man, right? Like, I never watched a lot of it.
The ruins are just beyond those columns. Back already? What's up?
Found a note saying he'd gone searching for an ancient underground city.
Sounds like you're on the right track then. Maybe see if you can find the entrance?
Ugh,
Thanks
fine.
again. And please, hurry.
Oh god. Oh god! Okay, we're good. What? This is a bit spooky. Oh, there's a candle. Oh, with archaeologist I can read the Latin. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? A young Roman woman. Looks like she was begging for her life. Oh, big cave. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. A Roman legionary in a state of terror. Oh god, I can knock him over. Okay. What game is this? This is the Forgotten City. It was a satiator. A golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. Must be Al. This must be Al, but how is that possible?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
I think I'll be alright. Well, do we like Al? We literally have no idea who Al is. Okay, I can't hurl myself over the ledge. Yeah, sure, I'll walk into that. Space Buttle. Wow. Alright. A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and two women. I wonder who they could be. I wonder if they broke that portal. This is why you can't let lesbians near important furniture.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Shrine of Proserpina.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
I'm Riverboat, and I've just come from the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
What's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
So it's 65 CE?
CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So
You're a
then,
bad
you
archaeologist? Yeah. Alright, lead the way.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Ooh.
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous
You don't
old
have to
bore
keep it
won't
in
be
your
magistrate
loincloth,
for much
Aurelia.
longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
What? If you were trapped in an underground Roman city, I'm sure you would eventually rise up to own, like, the local tavern. I'm getting so much sass. Can I come get a smooch? Riverboat sass, yeah.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it, and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say.
What,
Down
gay?
on your right is our farm,
That's right, you
where I
bigot.
grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat.
You know, this guy seems too nice.
That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... well...
Don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone, don't... Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
Damn, what
You
an
better
ass.
go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that?
I don't trust this guy.
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What's this about?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the Golden Rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
All right, lead the way.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, If there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Well, that is chilling.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Charming. Do you know a way out of here?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you
Damn,
tell me how a person could
girl.
have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
Was she seeing someone?
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Oh, Media Breakdown, thank you for the $2 super chat. Yeah, get it. It's not quite flannel, but it does have that pattern. And it's so cozy. It's one of the coziest things I own. Right? Yeah. Was the furniture broken? No. Why is that?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's disappearance.
Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
I think you know something you're not telling me. Bluff.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again. Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you horrid barbarian!
How much can I antagonize people in this game?
Do I need to ask...
Small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. Scintilla, to Sentius, may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise we'll wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you'll be re-elected, I'm sure of it. Sup, nerd?
we're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Riverboat.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always
You know how
happy
to
to
charm
welcome
a girl.
another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
The year of the game is 65 CE now. It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Nope. Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here.
Don't believe
But
you.
The reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
Okay,
It's
what's the rule?
extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Media Breakdown, thank you for the $5 super chat. Part of me thinks I should just be a member already, but every once in a while I just splurge with multiple super chats. Media Breakdown, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the Rudyard streams, the what if alt history. Also, yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the other content I've been uploading recently. I uploaded the 3 Cenk Uygur takes TYT over the cliff vids all in one day the other day. You guys got, like, so much content. Up the wazoo! Okay. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Okay, so they are like an authoritarian, ultra-conservative, by-the-law underground people. Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers.
Kind of media breakdown, yeah.
Laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations. And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric.
I think I touched a nerve here. You know, don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
Where I'm from, we consider that abhorrent.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Okay. How about we, I feel like you should be able to there should be more guidance about what's a sin. They're literally just pulling stuff out of their shit. He didn't say pronouns. I wanted his soundboard.
Fucking pronouns!
What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past.
Wait, so that means I can test for the sin.
The goddess's shrine. I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Yes I do. You're right, I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
I didn't see anything. You'd all been turned into golden statues.
I have imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across
did he kill his daughter to make
I have to
the
recite a
ritual
prayer,
happen?
And of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Looks down the stairs at the lady I just insulted to the point of her throwing me out of her home. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Fair point.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Do you think it could be related to Scintilla's disappearance?
Ah, so you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Fair enough. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Sure, why not? That's all the questions I had.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
All right, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave.
What?
Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
I grant you the authority to investigate unless someone tells you no.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo.
I guess the golden rule is just don't sin, but they don't know what sin means in this context. I'll see what I can do. Running around at the speed of sound. Oh no! Oh god.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here. Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out?
No, no, you don't. I'll just be on my way. I don't know. Carrots. Simple and pure. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but don't think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Cynthia. I'm investigating you. Oh.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have...
I better get back to it. Bye.
Here for news.
The statue did talk to me. Cynthius and Malleolus, same excrement, different smell.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Cynthius up on his balcony. If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Oh. Thanks for the warm welcome. I'll be going now. What an asshole. Might be climbable, if only they could support my weight.
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Yeah? Why?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh. Why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right?
Yeah,
anyway,
fuck those guys.
A few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground, and hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie, I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
Wouldn't that have broken the golden rule?
If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life this was no man.
Was it a woman?
More like a Strix. Or some Versipalus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
Well, any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That was a great story, but I'm still going down there.
Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
God.
Let me die. Kill me.
Hiya! 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 Oh my god, how many kicks can this thing take? Am I actually doing damage, or is this just like a delaying move? I found the best combat system, guys. A lunar pendant. Oh god.
Help me. Help me.
How do I do that? I would like to.
Me.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not a wizard. Doot doot doot. Noot noot. Oh! A Roman woman. Middle of disrobing. Roman man. Posed. Interesting. Media Breakdown, thank you for the $2 super chat. You should join the Rockettes, yeah.
Help me.
Oh god. There we go. Problem solved. Oh, look at this. What's this? Emaciated, human-like creature splattered in gold appears to have been crushed to death. This quiver of arrows. Tommy dude, I'm playing the Forgotten City. It's interesting. Did you? Hey, bud.
Let me die.
There we go. Doot, doot, doot. Oh god, I'm stuck. Got myself a lunar pendant. Don't know what I can do with it. Did I ever play Kingdom Come Deliverance? I gave it a shot and it just didn't click with me.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
I'm sorry, what should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
Alright, what's a Vestal priestess?
You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
Yeah, totally. Be right back. Amber Brains, you guessed right. I was smooching and saying goodnight to the love of my life. Do you know who Vesta is? Remind me.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Oh, Snoogan, the bed is fucking gone, dog. No more. There's no bed left to be broken, chat. It was unsalvageable. The Vesta is mommy, yeah. How'd you end up here?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
You know, I don't think she likes me very much, guys. A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river unconscious and sent me here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
It carries negative connotations where I'm from.
Why is that?
Because of the memes.
The memes? What are the memes?
What are the memes? The memes. A meme is a small image you share with other people. They become a bit like their own language.
So, a bit like Egyptian hieroglyphs, then?
You know, something like that.
So your people make hieroglyphics depicting this accursed character, the one they call Karen. No.
What were you gonna say?
I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
All right, I'll do that.
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
What happened to Livia?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just
Maybe
don't want to see
that you're all dead?
you. So be
Maybe that's
careful,
what
will you?
is happening? I'll be careful.
Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
I'll see what I can do. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Why not? I have time.
Wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go
Not
from
vagrants.
door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay.
Okay.
Immediately the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run
nice.
out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine. And the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test." But everyone else in this city
Why the
failed,
shift from polytheism
so
to
we are going
monotheism?
To destroy this place and everyone in it.
Because,
who
you know,
we will grant a wish.
consolidates
So old
everything
Baucis and
behind
Philemon
one
escape up into the
entity.
mountains safely, and they receive their wish,
Makes it easier
which is
to,
for eternity
I think,
together.
convey to others.
Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with
The
his
elevator
threat
pitch
and
is
wipes
shorter.
that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
I agree.
I'm pleased to hear it.
What's the status of the election?
It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Who's allowed to vote?
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course.
The women can't vote?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent, but if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
Such as?
By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
Can I nominate another candidate?
You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Oh. Do you know a way out of here?
I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another.
I'll be going now.
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Okay, bye. Yeah? What's up? I got you, baby girl. Just tell me what you need. Ceramic ink jar. Around at the speed of sound. Sculpture of Minerva, the Roman goddess of strategy. Strategery. Ceramic bowl full of urine, which ancient Romans used because of its ammonia content to wash and bleach their clothes. Cool. Neat. Thanks. Small stick with a sponge attached. This must be what the Romans used instead of toilet paper. It appears to be for communal use. Best to put this back immediately. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Always remember they're watching. Does that mean, like, all the statues are alive? I feel like that's what that means, right?
Greetings and salutations.
Hello.
Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner now.
I don't trust him.
We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India. And never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know. From which exotic part of the world do you hail?
My nation doesn't exist yet.
Is this a riddle, or perhaps you mean to say you feel like you are ahead of your time? I feel the same way. Another reason for us to stick together. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
What's your story?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Why set up a tailor shop here?
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
Yeah. More or less.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
I guess. Fair enough. How did you end up here?
A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
Why don't you tell me what you remember?
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This
Dude
time,
knows how to party.
I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber?
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
Huh. Let's talk about something
Anything
else.
you like.
Do you know a way out of here?
Shh! Not so loud. What are you playing at?
Sorry, did I say the wrong thing?
Have you not been told about the last attempt?
The last attempt.
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. Ah, it is a long story.
It's not as if I'm going anywhere.
Aha, you are witty. I like that. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far.
Ooh, escaping is how
But
you
as
break
they
the golden
say,
rule?
If the wind fails, use
Interesting.
the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
Why hasn't anyone done that?
They have. I am getting to that. There was an attempt made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place. And so I say, it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
Interesting. Got it. What do you think about the golden rule?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate.
Why do you say that?
Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands.
Damn.
Until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The golden rule has merely brought it into focus.
What can we do about it?
If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
Sounds simple enough, though easier than said than done.
Regrettably, I think you are correct, my friend. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act.
It's a pessimistic way of viewing things.
It is not all bad, my friend, because it is this fragility which makes life so precious. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the golden rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not?
Who are you gonna vote for?
That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Anything I can do to change that?
Nothing comes to my mind, my friend.
I'll be going now.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Collection of dies. Oh, fuck. The fuck? They... Oh, they turn to face me when I'm not looking, dog. Yeah, you guys. Oh, I bet if I steal, they kill me. Is that what happens here? Like, if I steal right now, are they gonna kill me? But can they only do it? Oh, he's watching me, dog. Alright. Damn, okay. Scary as shit.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
German.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
I'm literally an archaeologist, so...
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Tell me about it.
Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Why would that be puzzling? Isn't it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question.
So the rest of the city was built by
this place. And could it be far older than any of us imagine?
Who built the Greeks built it?
There was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
Tell me about the city's architecture.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all
I am
across
also
the chasm.
confused why he has a
It's
German
funneled
accent.
below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, could we use them to escape?
Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Tell me about the temple up on the bluff.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
This guy is Broman, true.
Of course.
I noticed the graffiti. What does it mean?
Oh, it means someone thinks I'm a sinner. And that I'm going to break the Golden Rule.
Fair enough. Why does someone think that?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
Homosexuals. You like men.
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men.
The writing in this game
north,
is
as
real
I did
good.
In the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for
He's
their
gay.
tolerance. I
You
saw
mean he
enough
likes
friends
men?
killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years?
The homosexual
What I
kind of
said
gay?
and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary.
Oh yeah.
In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am.
Nice.
Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Let me look into it for you.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are.
This guy's
Or maybe
innocent.
ask
There's
around
no
among
way
the
he's the
merchants
sinner.
here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I'll see what I can do. You know of a way out of here?
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the golden rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio Magus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Some people say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human.
Why did the music shift?
Once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
I think so.
Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power.
Get in, kids, we
And it
killing
seems
God.
Leaving may not be an option.
Let's go! How do you remove a god from power?
Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
Okay, this guy's instantly the coolest guy we've met so far. Who are you gonna vote for?
Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision.
Anything I can do to change that?
My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Nope. I was genuinely asking if I could change it.
Nice to talk to you.
I'll be going, Virgil. Thanks for being rad. Virgil, do you really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all? A shovel. Virgil, I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer for your sins. Wait. Like, if it was a sin, surely they all would have been killed by now. A Roman anvil. Looks odd without a horn, but that must be a more modern innovation.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
He watches through their eyes. Oh, okay, so, yeah, whoever said this is one giant panopticon, absolutely correct. These are all... Yeah, they're all watching. That's very interesting. What the hell?
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
I was hoping to chat. Should I come back later? What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing.
Oh, damn.
And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
What? Is there something I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Oh, I'll see what I can do. I keep hearing the statues whispering. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal.
Oh.
There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Forget I said
Anything
anything.
about what?
Can we talk about Yulia?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Do you think she was poisoned, or was it self-inflicted?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Do you know what poisoned her?
Hemlock, I believe.
Is there any reason why she might have wanted to die?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas' villa, and they are quite secretive.
Why is she not allowed to leave? What do you think about the golden rule?
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Do you know a way out of here? Oh, CF, that's the interesting part. We don't know what the golden rule is. It's simply don't sin. But what does that mean? You know, different people have different interpretations, so it's it's an interesting question. I like the ambiguity. Do you know a way out of here?
I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
Fair. Tell me more about Nevia.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician. But she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good, too. Until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Go on.
He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out, and you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, I suppose.
I'll be going now.
Come back
Don't
if
you
get
leave
sick or
town.
injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Oh, that is a penis. A large stone statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things. Oh, I can get burned. Okay.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Herbrack. Medical tools. No items.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Oh, there is a day-night cycle, so if I'm fast enough, can I save Yulia? A shopping list. Ares, god of war. The mill, loaf of bread. Wish Americans weren't so sexually repressed, right? I should be able to horny post as much as I want.
Help! You have to do something.
You all right?
A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
Okay. How? I don't have a weapon.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise.
How is this my problem?
Are you daft or just callous? If you don't stop him, we're all going to die.
What about you? Just callous. Good luck. Wait.
The shrine is collapsing.
Oh. Well. Okay. You're dead, so I guess I'll take your bread. You know, I think that really just goes to show I shouldn't have done what she was asking me to do. Oh, wait, I'm doing it anyway.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
I don't know Quinctius.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood?
Got it.
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place?
We're just a small community of strangers who wound up here by accident.
A small community. Ha! I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
Wait, what's a mystery cult?
Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always
Fair.
Sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quinctius did, those days are numbered.
Got the wrong idea. We're not cultists.
You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret?
We're not keeping it a secret. We're all trapped here.
So you admit you're not allowed to leave?
It's not that we're not allowed to leave. We physically can't leave. There's no way out.
Threatening me is not going to help you. But in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
Yes. Well, it's not a mantra. It's a warning.
A distinction without a difference.
I like this guy.
You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues?
They were once people who were turned to gold as punishment.
You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me.
I like this guy. We didn't turn them to gold. A god did it. We don't know which one.
Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our god told us to do it. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is. Do not waste it.
I wouldn't help you even if I did know who he is.
Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words?
Do you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. One more leap on a quest to find home.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Riverboat. We've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius. You're about to offer to take me to see Sentius, so he can tell me about the Golden Rule.
Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem. I have to go.
Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
A zipline handlebar. Nice.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking.
Nice.
And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably.
Thanks. I'll be going now.
All right. See you around.
Okay, this game is really cool. I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna go to bed, because it's really late, and I'm sleepy. But this is really fun. I'm enjoying this video game arc we're on together. You know? It's a good time. It's good vibes. Hey, Polaire. Have a good night. Good night, everybody. Damn, I'm loving this game. Maybe we'll play more of it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I will probably not be streaming because I'm going to the DSA meeting and then having a date night. If I do stream, it will be also very late. So we'll see how that shakes out. Good night, everyone. Thanks for introducing me to the game. You're very welcome, Banana Brains. It's really cool, and I don't know. I'm digging it. The combat seems a little shaky, but I get the feeling this isn't primarily supposed to be a combat game, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, good night, you lovely, lovely beings, and I will see you on a new day. Bye.